Hello, everybody. I haven't done a Cast on the Fly on YouTube in quite some time. I've been really focused on producing content for the TikTok channel because the TikTok channel is fucking crazy right now. These people are mentally ill. It's unbelievable to me. They're not human. The opposition of a calm democracy is common family as the topic, and then you think your kid should go to private school and you like public school. That's an opposition. The opposition comes into play when one person is the leader. Well, I really don't agree with what you have to say. And then in a democracy, you would find the ability to choose and the ability to come and meet in a middle ground for everyone to feel free, but upholding law and order. Because obviously not everybody can afford a private school. So there's layers in that of economics. There's layers of space and the space of the school, how the size of the school, that sort of conversation. So there's logistics that go into play. Opposition for AOC is how much attacking, violent behavior that she's willing to do to create opposition while she thinks she is what would be called a badass. That's opposition. That's called dictatorship. That's not American. That's your country. I don't know. I don't even honestly know where you're from, but that's not American democracy. That's some new form bullshit that you and Obama created. That's something that you and Obama created with the help of Hillary Clinton. So you think you're a badass because you sat next to that bitch and created bullshit agreeable politics to where Hillary Clinton won. Now you're going to take on her, how she did it, and now you're going to create a new form of it, and you're not even American. I don't even know what you are, to be honest with you. You might be Puerto Rican, but no offense, Puerto Rico, and I have high regard because I had a good friend that was from Puerto Rico. You're not really truly American because you have your own culture, and you want it that way. You want it that way. Otherwise, you're living in this Hollywood fog. It's funny because Biden didn't even know that Puerto Rico was one of our land masses. What does that tell you about the president? That's the kind of brain capacity of vulnerability that we've all been dealing with. So you're all sitting around being gay. Gay people are lazy as shit. You think that's anti-Semitic? Who the fuck made that word up? You're lazy. And you're gay. Take a look around at all the gay people and see what kind of jobs they do on the job. Look at how they talk to people. Look at how they abuse people and they want to be treated equal. Sorry, that's not how it works. You're not going to abuse me. You're not going to make me feel uncomfortable. As I am a patient, you're gay. I'm a man, you're a man and you're gay, and you're going to act like you're getting seduced by the fact that you're working on my mouth. That's sexual harassment. Don't take my kindness for weakness. I don't have kindness in me anymore. I really could give a shit less. I have kindness for the innocent and for the children. Although it's hard to find the innocent because you're all willing to sell out to the ideologies of the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance feels good because the opposition will win. Fighting for what's right, meaning we don't want to see a blue-dressed man with his dick hanging out. And then you're going to tell us, while the French rugby team is gyrating like a bunch of strippers on stage, we don't live in a free country, and that is not respectful. You should actually be stripped of your medal. That's called law and order. Meaning we have to uphold strict values for those of you who are mentors and models of human behavior. You cannot be an actress or an actor and fuck on camera. You teach people to behave like that. We're not talking like a love scene like Cocktail is an example. Tom Cruise holds space for that bullshit. It actually assisted the storyline of love. No, we're talking Zendaya eating a woman out and then filming it. That's not setting a good example. And it's not about even being a lesbo. It's the fact that it's fucking gross. You moaning, on camera is disgusting. You're pathetic. You don't have real talent in the character role to where you have to bring out sex to fuel an audience to get them interested because you don't have anything to offer. And that's the truth. That's why Mona Van does what she does, is because she doesn't have nothing to offer. She could not make it on her own. She had to enlist a man to fuel her clean eat. Although she's failing miserably because he has 45 million people following his platform and only 1,500 people are following her podcast, and likely 1,000 of those people are in the network. And they're not actually even watching it. So where are we at in society as we're in a space of psychosis, of nasty women? I swear I've never seen such nasty women in my whole fucking life. And then you men parading them around when they're trying to chop your fucking nuts off. They're trying to chop your fucking nuts off, and you're gonna go, Rudy, on a video in a live form and tell people to vote for the woman who's gonna chop your fucking nuts off. Just to let everybody know that I'm actually the nut chopper. Kamala's just pretending to be the nut chopper. Hers is more physical violence with a benefit for her to win. Mine is actually holding you accountable when nobody else will. You can call it nut chopping or you can call it education. So you call it nut chopping because you don't want to take responsibility for what you've done in your career. Because you always wanted to get yours. And now you have a child who's a violent criminal, it looks like, who's learning behaviors from Kamala Harris. Because the leader of the space is the clearing for the space. You think you were, because you were in those movies, Lord of the Rings, you think that means something? It may have been some sort of journey of you in a movie, and then it reflected into your life. However, you didn't actually handle the mental illness and psychosis that came along from being in the movie, which makes you a weak person. You want to know who put you in that state of psychosis? That would be Kamala Harris. So now you're getting promised another role in another movie, which would actually cause a detriment to your existence again. But that's more important to you than the United States of America. And so you sell yourself out to the devil again because you want a reboot in your career, even though your whole life has been all about you. From Goonies to Encino Man. Because we all know your Encino Man co-star sold out. Lost weight. Cried like a big fucking crybaby as he got an award. You do know how pathetic that actually is, right? That's not what we want. No, you need to wake the fuck up that this fucking 12 and a half emotional ingredients in business is not for business. Because you take advantage of the people that are the good people. And abuse your customers. And that's literally what we're watching. We're literally watching you fucking abuse people. No, we're watching you abuse people. It's very clear in your live bullshit videos of teaching the uneducated by the uneducated. You're weak at this game. You're clueless at this game. See, the unification of the Republican Party is the unification of the Republican Party, who upholds the Constitution, who stands for what's right, who lives by the sword in the form of protection. Yeah, absolutely. Who wants to support the innocent and the weak, while you little pussy ants want to take our guns away so that you can violate us and abuse us. Not sure who would vote for that except for the people doing it. So you're the ones that are the violators. Strong individuals in this country who are standing with Donald and JD. Who are standing with Donald and JD while still being bombarded by alien encounters of prostitute whores who are fucking lying. They're lying. Can you imagine the mindset that it would take of a mental ill patient to lie? It's what happens when you open the border and you allow millions of mentally ill people into the country, and your president is mentally ill. Kamala Harris is mentally ill. So are Hollywood females. And men, to some degree, are also mentally ill in the form of Hollywood. They don't know what it means to live middle class. Tom Cruise would probably thrive in the middle class sector, I would say. He came from a poorer family. Although his drive to success is like incredible, so he probably, even every time they've thrown something at him, he always comes out on top because he works. Motherhood is a disgrace at this time. The fact that you don't want to do right by your children, you want them to have an abortion. Our daughters' futures are at risk. I don't really know what you're talking about. That's the lie. What is this? Mental health is healthcare. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're not going to be my therapist. Sorry, bitch. You've been in therapy for 12 years. Gary Vee's dialogue was, you need to go to therapy today. So they're all talking therapy. No, you actually need to go to therapy after what you've done. all fueling false sense of reality in each and every one of you. Some of you don't need to go to therapy, and some of you definitely do need to go to therapy. But I'm going to tell you right now, the likelihood of the majority needing to go to therapy is everything reflecting from the fact that Joe Biden has been our president and vice president. And in politics, mental illness, folks. Kamala Harris has mental illness. They don't want structure. They don't want a baseline of normal. They just want a free-for-all. That's the debate. That's Mona Van's debate in her bullshit TikTok. While Gary Vee wears a red striped shirt again. While she spends Paris alone. Just sit here for a moment so I can get a quick photo. Don't worry, there's a lot more bullshit coming your way with his piece of shit ass. Because he's willing to do anything for anyone because he's a Mr. Nice Guy. I mean, you are engaged, Gary. What a true love situation. Can you imagine the mentality of somebody who has someone like me thrashing at them constantly, yet they're still willing to produce that kind of content? You as Americans can have some form of compassion for that, for me. It's like the Chiltons on their land, and they're telling you that people are dying, and then everyone's just kind of looking at them and says, well, what do you want me to do about it? Well, you're the president. You're the vice president, bitch. When are you going to fucking help me? I'm American, not you. You're Jamaican. You're fucking Jamaican Indian, where they have Indian bitches who literally says that her grandmother has just become a citizen, American citizen. That means she ain't American. You bitch ain't American, you little Indian cunt whore. Do you see how they're trying to overthrow our culture and our country? She came here illegally, and then all of a sudden, because she decided to go on this Zoom call, the exchange was if you did the Zoom call, that we would let your grandmother be an American citizen. So it's favor for favor. Favor for favor when there's long-term citizens, green card holders who've been waiting for their citizenship. Do you realize how unfair that is to you? You're a citizen, not a citizen, you're a green card holder, you work for this country, you have a job, you pay your taxes, you do right by this country. And instead of giving you your citizenship, they give some Indian old hag who's 80 years old. Because the daughter was willing to go onto a fucking live Zoom call, who came here illegally. They gave her citizenship instead because she's promoting the agenda, and you just so happen to support Donald Trump because you actually know that Donald Trump is going to assist you in being successful in whatever way that is that looks successful to you. Some people think owning a grocery store, corner shop is success. Some people think that working as a garbage man is success. Some people think that working as a server is success. They feel successful. It's all about the feeling of success, not about making money, but that's what influencers want you to think. They're scumbags, folks. Influencers are motherfucking scumbags. The Olympians are fucking scumbags. This isn't 1997 Olympians. No, these are scumbags. Simone Biles is a goddamn scumbag. Every Olympian on the stage is a goddamn scumbag. They don't honor the code of athlete. Their bodies even look out of shape. Their bodies look out of shape. They're not talented. And they're promoting Hollywood instead of the actual action of sports. Media. disgusting and disgraceful to watch. And to know that Gary Vaynerchuk is in France, giving them all a pep talk. Criminals. While Mona Van stands there and looks like a prima donna princess bitch. While they aggravate us with Zoom call. You do understand that this is an attack against not just America, by the way. This is an attack of this group of people against the entire globe. The bitch out of Italy, I want to talk about this for a second. She's fucking clueless. She doesn't know what she's fucking doing. And the only thing she knows how to do is control you, which is why she's taking gay marriage and gay parents. Like, you cannot go, what she's doing is atrocities. I would imagine that there aren't a whole lot of gay people in Italy anyway. But you want to understand that she's on the side of Joe Biden. And Italy's different than America. And she has an accessibility to media. Because Italians are very judgmental. They really are. It's just how you are. And you have thick skin in association to that. My family is Italian, full-blooded Italian. And she's going to fuel an agenda to stir up Americans by telling her Italian people that you can't have kids if you're gay. Hey, pretty girl! Seizure. That's why she had seizures. Not to mention your extensive use of them for your pocketbooks while you don't work, while you have nothing to fucking say. Your lies are fucking garbage. You probably have a maid and a chef. Oh, I got like 10 clients and I just do it for fun. It's all about me, the kids and the girls and then this and that and pretty girl. Dead life. So now your dead life is viral off of two innocent, my children, Harlow and Monroe. And then you're going to abuse those kids. Look like it's not abuse. It's called love abuse. A new form of abuse so that you can grow on influencer platform where the Kamala Harris community is going to tell you that that's democracy because Booty Butt has a set of twins that are also mine. And then you're going to deliver on no form of substance, strength, education, or any form of something that's in it for your audience, except to push them into depression and submission into your ideologies, which are complete fucking garbage. And they're not even going to know that you're going to do it because you're working in the subconscious that's fueled by the CIA. You're part of the fucking Ponzi scheme. You fucking know it. And you're destroying the planet. And the crazy part is you say, I love my daughters, but you don't fucking care. If you fucking cared, you would be standing strong against Kamala Harris, all of you. Instead, we have to watch bitches. You are all a bunch of bitches. It's unbelievable that everyone doesn't think you're a goddamn cunt bitch. Everyone thinks you're a cunt bitch. But you don't care about that. You only care about yourself. It's hard for me to express to you that you're a cunt bitch because you don't hear it. You live in your own little delusional world of perspective. So then you see numbers, which aren't real numbers, they're bots. You're abusive and you attack women to bring them in and out of this place of pain to awareness. This isn't a team. We're not a team when we're aware of this. You're on your own, and I want you to be on your own with your husband and your children, because you're going to protect your children. See, they like to gang up on all of us as a group clusterfuck of energy. But that's clustered, and they're fighting. They hate each other. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? Little nuggets, right? And we're a long line of offense, spread wide, globally. Because you care about you want to know? You really care about your children. You don't want your child. You don't care if your child is gay. You don't really care if your child is tranny. But you really want to, I'm like, shit, what platform am I on? You care because you've educated your child in intelligence. I'm going to tell you that tranny is a mental illness of somebody who's not strong in who they are. It's a weakness inside. That's a perpetrator does that to a child. These people don't offer anything of substance. So I guess you do kind of care if they're tranny, but if you did have a trans come out or a gay person, you're just going to take a look at the situation for what that particular situation is. You're not going to educate them on it. You're going to let them handle it. You're not going to show them a tranny at the White House or at the Olympics. That's not right. That's wrong. Because I don't know if you know an addict or a alcoholic, how hard is it to get your mind off of alcohol? Same shit. It's the same thing. It's just a little tweaked, a little different. It doesn't bring them joy. It actually brings them a delusion of joy. And then they all rose up to tell us that we were wrong and saying that that's not right. Mental illness. A conviction of convincing of the land of delusion. So we started out with empathy and compassion for you, and then you give somebody a millimeter and they take a mile. You in Hollywood, Caitlyn Jenner is an example, went on the cover of a magazine to either warn us or to tell us where the world was headed because of the Kardashians. I really hold the Kardashians accountable for this. Drag queen, an intellectual drag queen who, like RuPaul, is not the same as a tranny. You've actually diminished the drag queens. They're funny, they're fun, and they're kind of cool to be around. They bring joy to people's lives, but they don't push their bullshit on. No, it's not bullshit. They don't push their agenda on people. They look to entertain. These idiots that are trannies have not only destroyed drag queens who used to be intellectual. I mean, maybe some of you still are, I'm not sure. But it was clear that the drag queens at the Olympics were not educated. So it's humiliating for drag queens. What we want to see, and this is true, we want to watch you impersonate and sing and dance and perform. And then we want you to say, is that a guy or a girl? Well, they're really good. But they're also very grounded in humanity. And they don't focus solely on sex. It's like gross. Makes people want to puke. The mindset of all these millennial and Gen Zs is all about fucking. Fucking people over, fucking each other, nasty seduction, like Kylie Jenner, like Talk about nasty. That's not hot. That's like a devil killing. See, she's trying to numb people out to the realization of who she is. So she's doing all this shit. And then in the midst of that, she's killing people. And then she wants to normalize that so you don't have feeling associated to it. Because that to her is what winning looks like. She's a complete fucking liar. She is not a billionaire. She has nothing to say, nothing to offer, just like her sisters. And they were put on a pedestal because they had a bully system of a girl gang to gang up on all of us. With Bravo, who runs and owned by the Middle East, and then Disney, also known as Hulu, supported it. And that ain't gonna fly. Although you're gonna die fly, you cunt bitch. See, they think they're entitled to fame. They're entitled, they're better than, you can't talk to me like that. Yeah, I can. I can talk any fucking which way I want to fucking talk to you, bitch. Because I don't live in fucking LA and you're weak as shit. Your costumes are sadistic. Your personality is fucking shit. You're dumb as rocks. You're annoying as shit. Your voice is ridiculous. You have nothing to fucking say. You're just in a Ponzi scheme of a network of a mental psychosis that I literally exposed. And so did Donald Trump. And so did JD Vance. And so did Tim Scott. And so did Mark, the governor of North Carolina. And so did Byron Donalds. And so did Mike Johnson. We don't want your plastic surgery face around here. You better understand that you don't know democracy, or you know democracy. Ted Cruz knows democracy. DeSantis knows democracy. And there are a lot of other good white men. However, Byron Donalds is black. Herschel Walker is a Republican and he is a white man, but he's black. That's true America. Not this bullshit women shit. See, men are the anchors and the women are they reach for it. They're the reachers, I guess. Because they're always like, it's like this. These women we watched on these Zoom calls this is illegal. It's fucking illegal. They're trying to tell you that it's not illegal because they're the lawmakers. It's fucking illegal. Your shit's fucking illegal, Obama. This was Obama's secret meetings behind the scenes. During COVID, he did this shit. And then Kamala Harris, I told you, was going to expose it. And this has everything to do with how Obama met up with the media. So that's illegal. You're all fucking pieces of shit. And the victims in this whole story are the American citizens. the fact that you're on camera, and I have to keep reminding myself that it's only this many people who are supporting Kamala Harris. They just make it look like it's more. It's only this much. That's why foreign countries, which is also only this much. Meaning we're globally assisting your countries in combating these pieces of shit, including your leaders. The G7 summit are your examples of traitors to your country. If you're on Biden and Kamala's side, you're a traitor to your country. That would be Japan, that would be Trudeau, that would be France, that would be Italy. We know Saudi Arabia is fucking traitors. I'm telling you right now, if you take women out of their hijabs, you're in deep fucking shit. That king wants to look at women's titties and vaginas. Qatar is against your people. The hard part of those foreign countries is the oppression is really strong, and it's hard to overcome that rolling over of what leadership do in those countries. That's why everyone always counted on America, but America sold out with Obama until I came along, until Donald said, oh, hell fucking no. I'm going to tell you right now, America does not want Kamala Harris. We fucking hated Obama. We don't fucking like Hollywood. And influencers, you are scum of the earth. You're like drug dealers. The marketing scam is a marketing scam. And I will do whatever it takes to expose each and every one of you pieces of shit globally for what you've done to every innocent or child out there. We are leaving people behind. And some of you are never coming back ever. Ever. This is it. Why doesn't work, you cunt horse? You're done. You chose the devil, and the devil is where you'll spend eternity. And it is going to be worse than you even fucking know. And it already is. You're actually already living in hell. You just try to hide it. You're not doing a very good job, by the way. And all of us out here can see right through your shit. So I just want to give a huge shout out to JD Vance, to Donald Trump, to Snoop Dogg, as well as Gary, even though I fucking hate your guts right now. And a couple of Tom Cruise. We want to give a shout out to the guys in the Republican Party. And, we want to give a shout out to Hugh Jackman, as well as Ryan Reynolds. We want to give those two a shout out. And I want to give a huge shout out to Peggy. Peggy is a joy to have around. I just love her. I think she's the best dog ever. And we had a conversation this morning about how fucking disgusting you all are. And that's the best looking dog I've ever seen. She's the sweetest little dog I've ever seen. She's so freaking sweet. And powerful. Anywho, with that being said, that's our 39 minutes of education on what we're dealing with the psychosis of politics. And we haven't really thought about VFriends in the way that I would like to think about VFriends. But we'll probably dabble in that in the weeks to come as I am attempting to step away from once VCon happens, I'm stepping away from VCon. Like, I don't want to be involved in that shit no more. Your 3 years are up. Your bullshit can continue however you want to fucking play it. Fuck all of you. I had to pay my fucking way while you let Mona Van speak on a platform for you. With that being said, good luck. We'll be posting content in whichever way we fucking feel like it. So you better fucking follow all my fucking platforms or you're gonna miss out. Letting LinkedIn know and Instagram know and Facebook, actually Facebook does a pretty good job of, if I post-produce a piece of content, Facebook does a good job of time and posting. However, LinkedIn is not good at it. Time-wise, your time doesn't match up to the time that I'm in. And you've erased some of my content that I've tried to pre-post. Instagram doesn't have access to internet connection, so I haven't been able to complete my education of the Instagram week of VeeFriends. It's not that big of a deal, but it would have been a lot more convenient if I could have already had that done. But you all are mentally ill because you don't give a shit about the people. You give a shit about control. Think about that for a second. They're telling me what I can and cannot post and how I can post it. They're going into my account and they're fucking with my shit. That directly affects you because my shit will wake you up to what they're doing, which calls them powerful and you're in their control. And that's just not democracy, is it? But that's how the Democrats work. While they fuel the 12 and a half emotional ingredients, which is not politics, and it's not how businesses ran. You're going to get your 12 and a half emotional ingredients the week of VCon. You're going to see, because you're going to go from normal levels of energy to deteriorated devil worshiping shit that's going to make your fucking guts rot. Because you allowed them. Be kind, Gary. Be kind. It's not very nice of you to block me on the VCon app when I was giving educational heads up to your speakers who are nothing more than cunt whore losers. How do you like that, bitch? You're nothing but a cunt whore loser. And everybody's gonna know it too.